and welcome to the 2026 NRL season. I'm Bronte Gioiello and I'll be taking you through all the highlights from week 1 of the Witzer Pre-season challenge. From Queanbeyan to Mudgee and across the ditch to Napier, the Witzer Pre-season challenge is officially underway. This isn't just a warm-up, there is $100,000 in prize money on the line and a massive confidence boost for the 2026 NRL Telstra Premiership. Expect fast-paced, high-scoring footy thanks to these unique rules. Massive squads. Teams can use up to 28 players with unlimited interchanges to keep the energy high. Bonus point blitz. Clubs earn extra points for scoring 5 or more tries, making 5 or more line breaks, or throwing 10 or more offloads. Because every point counts, a countback system is ready in case of a tie. Last year, the Broncos dominated with 80 points in 2 games to claim back-to-back titles. But with the defending champs in England to face Hull KR in the World Club Challenge on February 19, the throne is wide open. Week 1 kicks off with a massive doubleheader at Jubilee Stadium. First up, we get an early look at the 4 teams headed to Las Vegas for the 2026 season opener. The Bulldogs take on the Cowboys, and with both sides blooding a host of young stars, expect plenty of energy.
So this is it. First moments of the 2026 season. It is so good to be with you. And the Cowboys will have first use of the ball. They've settled into the game nicely. Now Baker, only a few games for the Broncos last year, finds his way to the Bulldogs, and that was certainly an opportunity on the left there, and young Sasaya Alatini knows it. Kirisk in with Edwards, and along for Purdue. Barber nicely along. One missed tackle was almost alarm bells ringing there. Cowboys back with Harrison Edwards. Low tackle by Baker. Canterbury, this is a hard slog early for them defending their own line. Purdue and Clifford. And filing the lead runner, Lukey big and strong. Welcome back to the NRL.
Only early into the game, put your shoulder just up under the ribs there. No arm grabbing that close to the line with an experienced player like that. And he just falls over the line. And they open the scoring. Good field position for them early, the Cowboys. And they open the scoring.
He's had some injuries, Lukey.
5 away from the line. And Tielpa floated over the top by Cochrane. It was on, but just out of reach of the fingertips of Jonathan Sewer.
McKaylee, the captain this afternoon, some good shots there.
Sewer lost control of it, and in trying to gather it, there may have been a head clash. There was. Last tackle, Cowboys. And Purdue, well, not the best service there. Barber did well to get a kick in. Fielded it off his bootlaces. Now Cochrane gets to show us some of his skills. Got hammered, lost the ball. It is all happening here. And there he goes. Parramatta, his former club. No real joy there. 32 metres away from the Canterbury line. They kick right to the corner. The chase, Robert Derby! That is serious intent on the chase. Competing for the ball and rewarded with a very good winger's trot.
Perfect kick there from Jake Clifford. Barber and winger Sewer slightly out of position. The ball bounces, and that's exactly what Todd Payten wants to see. Effort, intensity, scrapping for every centimetre.
Cowboys 35 metres away from the Bulldogs line. And Purdue's bomb down to Cochrane. His leap wasn't great, it was a bit loose. The Cowboys take full advantage. Zach Labers.
Just watch him come from nowhere here. Competing for the football, it goes up. There he is, the number 7 right there. Just puts him under a little bit of pressure there. They handle it well.
It's Greg off the bench. Purdue, Clifford, right side, beautiful ball. Sutton along, Derby looking for his second. I reckon he got it down with a stretch out there. The Cowboys have their 4th try.
They've had a lot of football, the Cowboys. They've looked slick, especially on this right-hand side.
Yeah, the middle forwards of the Cowboys are doing a really good job
13 and a half minutes away from halftime. All the action exclusive to Fox League. Last tackle. They're starting to cut them up, the Cowboys, aren't they? He's counted on. He's ended up getting over the line. All wrestle and will be rewarded with a try. Kai O'Donnell. Rare for him to find a way to the stripe, but he did there.
He absolutely deserves this, O'Donnell.
Now from Matamua, and Conti held it up nicely. Cochrane into the line. Well read by the Cowboys defence. Purdue there. With Laban. And Matamua, a little bit of footwork off the right, and wrestles his way over the line. One for the former Tiger. Justin Matamua scores the Bulldogs' first points of the year.
Yeah, just trying on both sides of the field there. They got a couple of repeat sets there. The Bulldogs too good at the end.
Bailey, 10 runs for 100 metres. Greg 7 for 81. Very impressive from the front rowers. Second half underway. Bulldogs' first use of the ball. And the first tackle from Lars is the first real bell ringer of the season. Canterbury with Tialpa. He's 3 metres away from the line. Canterbury, the halves, just given their chance. They're starting to show us something now. Dan Kumtung back juggle there from Hughes. Just took an edge off his run. Kumtung switches it back left. Deft kick. Tialpa's kick was perfect. And Fitzgibbon scored. Eamon Fitzgibbon, what a moment for the family.
The fullback from the Cowboys was caught out of position, and what Craig Fitzgibbon did for the entirety of his career, never gave up on anything.
15 metres away from the line. And Tialpa right to the line. Canterbury for a third try. Getting over the line, Cooper Toy.
A good finish from Toy, but Tialpa and Cochrane, this is brilliant combination work from your 5'8" and your fullback. Tialpa just took it into the line, condensed a couple of defenders, squares up brilliantly, and creates the space there for Cochrane to get on the outside of Bolo. And Cooper Toy had a lot to do, but great work on the inside. When Toy gets this down, he's pretty pumped up, and the Dogs have a bit of momentum.
Next week's one, and yeah, it's going to be a big headache for the coach, I'm sure.
Thanks for your time, Tommy. We'll see you maybe next weekend in Vegas.
Yeah, too easy. Cheers, Dukey.
Thank you.
Great stuff Tommy did, and what a run in the meantime, Mayu. He's rocks and diamonds at the moment. That was a hell of a hit up, and Tialpa, they missed him. Barlow missed him. They've got another try, Canterbury. Louis Grossamy, the French international, has scored for Canterbury. 4 straight tries for the Bulldogs. Spirit, skill, energy, all on show. Canterbury with Tialpa. A kick to the corner. Here they come. Ball is loose. Canterbury! They've got another one. Another try. It's Joppy Roenge who scores it. Forearm onto it. It's a very close call.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay tribute to the Bulldogs. They were out on their feet in the first half, got that try just on the stroke of half time, but you would have thought they would have went into their shell, not this Bulldogs side.
5 minutes remaining. You're watching it live here on Fox League. Cowboys with the ball. Hernigan. And then lovely step from Toya. Long ball to the right. And a lovely step as well from Barber. Oh, that was stylish. 4 tackles up the Bulldogs. On the right. Conti floated it beautifully over the top. Straight into the breadbasket. And Mikey Nasada scored a try. But you've watched it live on Fox League. A young halfback, Alex Conti, just grow in confidence, take ownership. Full time. Cowboys 34, Bulldogs 30.
Next, the Dragons host the Knights. This is no friendly. With round 1 spots still up for grabs in both squads, these two sides look to lock in their best combinations for the season ahead.
I'll tell you what, there's some fit players out there too. We'll touch on that shortly. Tyson Frizzell always looks fit. Here we go. The season gets underway for these Dragons and these Newcastle Knights. And a Josh Kerr back in the red V and knocking it on first hit up. So Newcastle with a great chance as it's picked up here by Mooney, and he gets it on, and well, that's a disastrous start for Josh Kerr as Newcastle goes straight on the attack. And of course it was their attack last year that was so disappointing. Can they get an early score on the board here? Here's Fletcher Sharp getting it on. Oh, strong tackle. Ball jolted free. And that's a wonderful bit of defensive work to cut that situation off. Dragons, the 20-metre zone, the red zone. Here's Smith turning it in. Mooney changing the angle. Handy little flick as well. And Hunt cut down. Played 3 games out of his 12 in the fullback role last year. Smith threads it through. And beautiful work by Reid. And the diminutive one does find a way to get back into the field of play. Last tackle. Reid draws in. Then to Sloan. On it goes now, the inside pass. Farlow laid it on. Magnificent work from Reid. And Reid is over. The Sun Herald, a 19-year-old. He's played 1 New South Wales Cup game, but he has ticked every box tonight.
Scoring there for the Saints. Sloan just injected himself into the back line, got wonderful speed. Look at that for a bit of skill.
First one of the night, if I believe, in this game anyway, as the halves again combine. And Bronte Jones, in his 7th year of first grade, slips a late pass, and that gives Sharp a chance, draws in defenders, and strolling over is Kyle McCarthy.
He knew exactly what to do as soon as he collected the ball, Sharp. And just that one little offload, that lapse of concentration defensively for the Dragons, and it's cost them.
They'll be disappointed there, won't they?
Graham shuffling it on. Croker the 15. And on now, there's a problem. And the effects mic says it all. A set 2-2 streams away. And this youngster who spent a lot of time in cup football might have just found the home he's been craving. Pretty easy one, this one, but set 2-2 gets a try for St George Illawarra.
Again, poor execution. That's a poor catch. No way. They need to give me there, the Saints.
There's been a lot of errors on both sides of attack, hasn't there?
He's in front of the sticks with Arthur now, feeding it left. And the halves combine, and well, Sharp just has to hold on to that. Still almost has the strength to get there, but the Dragons always had that covered. Arthur had a sneaky look to his left, rolls in a kick, and if he's onside, Bronte Jones has scored. Well, what a clever, crafty, cunning little try that is. A little kick from dummy half.
Just weaved it straight through the legs here. Good chase too. Checked himself with the chase. Newcastle off a kick. Themselves right back in it. They needed to be the next to score, and they've done that. They're starting to handle the ball a little bit better now, the Knights.
He's headed towards DeCourcy and Schiller. And, well, they thought they had it there, the Dragons. Mistiming the jump. There's Tui Pilotu and the Knights, where Schiller has taken it all the way to the line. Well, that play looked dead and buried. Somehow James Schiller has stayed up and muscled his way over. Yeah, the tackle, as loose as it was complete.
Coming into tackle 0 for Newcastle.
Already been tackled here. Well, this explains a few
Ball carrying
things.
arm hits the ground with players in contact and the defender on the legs holding him. This constitutes a tackle complete. We have a decision.
Brazil running the edge and slipping an offload. He's had a couple of good ones tonight. Back it comes for Sharp.
He's dangerous off those little offloads, isn't he?
And Sharp is so elusive, just always there lurking. Smith, floater, cuts out two. Delightful pass. That's a statement pass. And this time Schiller gets the try.
Just stuck at it. He knew that they were jamming in. Pass over the top, perfect this time. Schiller, what a finish. Look at that.
Wow. Reid. Tongia gets rid of it. Oh, and Pacifici Tonga just threw a pass to Sand and Smith, who said thank you very much. And the little man in a foot race. Reid, Smith, magnificent Cave Reid. Not just the tackle, but the jolted free. Well, the trials always unearthed and unknown. It's this little number 7 called Cade Reed. On the last, Reed pops up a little one. And Sharp did well to get there first, but he dropped it. Reed, they should score! Kerr, yes! Josh Kerr is in. And the Dragons again find their way to the lead.
It was a nice little dink from Cade Reed, wasn't it? Right position, you get numbers around the footy. It's a 50-50 in the air, and they come down with it, and great support play by Josh Kerr.
Graham, little head fake. Gamble runs to the line, then puts in the kick. This is handy, and Fionney is gone.
Yeah, nice touch there up the short side there from Gamble.
It's, opposition half stats. Hunter, Gamble, getting it on. This is nice. It comes out to DeCourcy now playing in the left centre position. 21 is Sasai Latu. Matt Hunter, the 24. Kratz, the 28. Points have been hard to come by for Newcastle, particularly in their second half. They get an extra few tackles here. Oh, claiming a try. Thomas Cant has muscled his way over.
And they thought he was held. Never take anything for granted there. Kept the legs pumping. Cant scores.
Showed great guts, determination and will, didn't he, Blocker, to find the try line. I mean, he's been impressive tonight.
On the chest of Fionney. Oh, yes, Matt Fionney will score. Well, that pass floated like it was zero gravity. It was a pass thrown from the moon, and Fionney just picks it off.
They saw the opportunity there. They had the numbers on the outside to Hunt. Picked off. It took an age. Talk about Sydney Harbour passes. That floated in the air for about 20 seconds.
O'Neill to King Tongia. Not much on this kick, but it might be enough. I think it's a try. It's grounded here by Hayden Buchanan. And this
tackle one there.
Is going up as no try. What are we looking at here? So we're seeing who this has come off. Looks like it's Newcastle. Hunt.
Ball contacts Fletcher Hunt's body.
It's gone back anyway.
There's no breach by the Dragons as yet.
Oh, it's a try. Surely. 12 metres, 13 metres out. O'Neill. On the King Tommy. Reed on the angle. Yes. Sloan's over. Sloan.
What a finisher he is.
Well, let's just see what's happened here. So, hang on. That's not a good angle for him. No, try confirm. And St George Illawarra. 5 tries to 4. And last year they went 2-0 in the pre-season. Well, they're 1-0.
What a footy fix to start 2026. Join us next week as we dive into more action-packed matches, highlighting the tries, big hits and drama that only the NRL can deliver. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.